early rise of the automotive industry was defined by an era of rapid change in manufacturing. The popularization of the assembly line created cheaper cars, but the ownership of a car would still remain fairly uncommon until the 1920s. Then came the era of depression, which stumped car sales. During World War II, the automotive industry saw a boom with the demand for military vehicles. As soldiers returned, the post-war era paved the way for a new era of car sales as families moved to the suburbs. Many car commercials started changing during this time as well. The automotive industry started marketing cars with more vibrant colors, and they were more flamboyant as well. A rapid era improvement with better and more reliable engines with more creature comforts were used to attract buyers. The automotive industry started going crazy with different engine configurations and technology at the time. The goal of these commercials was to sell a lifestyle, to get people to enjoy the outdoors and take their families out to different events. Here's an example of a commercial from the 1950s.
Fine. Yes, I'd love to. Thanks, Jean. I'll be there. 2 o'clock. Goodbye. You know, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't have accepted that invitation. Like so many people these days, we live in the suburbs, and Dave needs the car every day for business. When he was gone, I was practically a prisoner in my own home. I couldn't get out to see my friends, couldn't take part in PTA activities. I couldn't even shop when I wanted to. I had to wait till Thursday night after Dave brought the car home. But that's all changed now. 3 weeks ago, we bought another Ford. The new, low-priced, custom-line Victoria. Isn't it stunning? Dave has it all to himself. And I now have the ranch wagon all to myself. It's a whole new way of life. Now I'm free to go anywhere, do anything, see anybody anytime I want to. It's only good common sense. Why be stuck with one expensive car when you can enjoy all the fun and freedom of 2 fine Fords?
Today, more and more families are finding out how easy it is to become 2 Ford families. You can choose from 20 different models, colors galore, and each available with Thunderbird power, with styling inspired by the famous Ford Thunderbird, and each with the extra protection of Ford's Lifeguard design. See your Ford dealer soon.
So what was the point of showing you all of this? Well, it is because we are currently in a similar position as in the early 20th century, with cars being revolutionized once again. Except this time, instead of manufacturers coming with better combustion engines, we are seeing manufacturers pushing the envelope on electric engines and clever software to add all sorts of features. Starting with billionaire tech wizard Elon Musk and his company Tesla, which jump-started the arms race for EVs during the late 2000s. Currently, electric vehicles are being prioritized by different government organizations around the world because of what they offer to the table. We will get to these positives later. You have some states like California, which hopes to end all new combustion engine car sales by 2035. Recently, there has been a bill that was passed by President Biden to help the growth of the EV market, with investing billions on infrastructure to support EVs. So, as you can see, there has been big investments from the government concerning EVs, so they will definitely become a big part of the automotive industry in the coming years. Why should you get an EV in the upcoming years? For one, as manufacturing gets better and components become easier to harvest, the overall price of EVs will go down and be competitive with regular gasoline cars. Currently, even if you were to get an EV right now for a higher price than a gasoline engine car, the overall long-term life cycle of the EV will cost you less and it'll be easier to maintain. Plus, as more charging stations get built, it will be more convenient to operate an EV. A big part as to why EVs are being pushed is due to climate change and CO2 emissions from gasoline cars. Electric cars are much more cleaner than combustion cars and thus are being funded and prioritized. So if we hope to combat climate change, one way we can is by changing the way we make our cars. Now, what are some negatives to EVs right now? Currently, they are pricier compared to their gasoline counterparts. An affordable EV right now is the Chevy Volt starting around $30,000, compared to a base model Corolla which costs around $20,000. That's a $10,000 difference. Safe to say, EVs are a bit more costly up front, but you will save money in the long run from saving on fuel costs. Another negative are charging stations, which are mainly powered by coal power plants. While true it is counteractive to what EVs stand for, which is to be cleaner, it can be solved by powering our power grids with solar or some other form of cleaner energy generation. While it will be sad to let go of big American block V8s and turbocharged 4-cylinder sports car, because personally, an EV is not exciting when it comes to the characteristics, since they don't make the beautiful noise of a well-tuned engine or have the excitement of shifting gears. We should not be ignorant to the big possibilities EVs can bring to the future. And who knows, maybe we can all get a greater appreciation for loud and brash Corvettes or Mustangs once they are all replaced by electric cars one day.